Hey guys, it's Nina. I just wanted to come and update my binder sheets for the month of April, just to track everything up until this particular point. At this particular sheet, it's just showing my credit score from last month. It did, or previously when I got my loan for my Jeep, it did go down, but it's trending upward now. I do use the score from Credit Karma and just average out the two scores between TransUnion and Equifax. And so I'm just going to show you me doing so here. And obviously, I don't know if you know, but the scores listed on Credit Karma are not 100% accurate in terms of what your actual score is. It just gives you a Vantage score to give you the, I don't want to say benefit of the doubt, but the greater benefit of what your scoring could possibly be. What I found with the Credit Karma is it is a little boosted. So it's not the most accurate number, but at least it gives you an idea of how your credit score is trending and just gives you better perspective as far as where to go with your finances. Overall, I'm just thankful for the fact that I am trending back upward, and I want to continue doing so by paying off my credit card, by using the snowball method to pay off my debt, just to be a responsible adult because that matters. My goal definitely is to get to a better financial point. I don't want to rely on debt, but obviously it is a tool that you can use responsibly to make more moves, have more options. We don't make the rules of the game, but we do try to participate in the best ways possible. So this is my sheet completed. With this particular sheet, it just lists my net worth, which would be my assets minus my liabilities. And so my net worth did kind of tick up a little bit given the fact that I've been paying off more debt. Obviously, my vehicle hasn't gone up in value, but the fact that I have less debt now, that has definitely contributed to my overall wealth. And also just saving and doing my best in those two departments. So this is my favorite part here, which is my savings for my moving expenses and possibly to get a new home. Given the fact that I was able to get my tax refund and also the stimulus checks, I was able to save a significant amount of money towards this goal. And then, of course, out of every paycheck, I still set aside a certain amount of money to go towards this particular goal. And so overall, I'm just so thankful to God for the fact that I'm able to get to this particular point. And it is so hard to be disciplined, but when you see the fact that that number is ticking up a little bit and, you know, I'm able to sell a few items on Poshmark and just be a little more disciplined with the money that I have coming in, it just feels so good to be able to get that much closer to my particular goal. And I still have some ways to go, of course, but it's just very encouraging to know that where I want to go, every step that I've taken thus far, every decision that I've made thus far has got me that much closer. It just encourages me to keep pushing forward and just to continue to do better. I think one of the things that have been really important to me through this process is just having my why. Why do I make these particular decisions? Why do I say no? Why do I choose to do X instead of Y? And I think that it'll be good for you as well just to sit down, write down your why. And it doesn't need to be some big old super large goal, but something that is real to you, something that is tangible to you. I know for me, my why is obviously, or I don't want to say necessarily obviously, but my son, being able to provide that stability for him. And in doing so, it is breaking or deviating from the experience that I had as a child. That in and of itself, I feel like is success. To be able to give him a different life than what I had growing up. I am just so thankful for the fact that God has really been giving me wisdom thus far. I've seen his hand in the decisions that I make and opportunities that come up to be able to save money, to be able to do better, to be able to have money to pay tithes or to give to other people. And, one thing that I truly believe is that we are stewards over God's money and that he gives us the power to get wealth. He gives us the power to do better. He gives us the power to be stronger and wiser. He opens our eyes to the things that need to change, to the things that need to be improved, to the things that we need to give up, to the things that are hindrances to our mental, emotional, physical beings. He helps to renew our minds, to think better, to believe that it's possible to see beyond where we're at right now. Those are the things that I experienced thus far. So it's more than just a piece of paper. It's more than a piece of currency for me. And, thinking that way does help you to be grounded in those moments where you are frustrated, where you don't know how you're going to get to the next point. Having that bigger perspective of why really does help you to dig your heels in and just be more committed until you start seeing the progress that you want to see. And one thing that I've heard repeatedly is comparison is the thief of joy. Living your life comparing yourself to other people that you see online, or comparing yourself to family members, or comparing yourself to even what you used to have. Like sometimes, I know for me, I had experience where I had a financial setback in the midst of a divorce and separation, and that season was just so hard for me to be encouraged. It was just so hard to think about what I used to have or what I could have had because of a connection with another person. But comparison is the thief of joy. The joy that you could have had in that moment, that contentment that you could have had in your moment is robbed from you because you're constantly looking at what you used to be or what somebody else has or the status that someone else has or the relationship that you may want or the certain things that you want to experience. Don't waste time comparing yourself to other people. The energy that you're giving to all those other things, focusing on those other things, you could be putting towards yourself. You could be reinvesting that time and that energy into yourself, into learning more, into growing more, into thinking about your habits and what needs to change in order to get to that particular place that you want to get to. You can spend that energy praying, you can spend that energy just speaking life into yourself, into your children, into your finances. You use that energy to learn a new skill. You can use that energy to work on your personality, to work on your mindset, to work on your patience, to be more mindful of how you're spending your money, to be more mindful of the decisions that you make and why you make them. There are so many benefits to just taking a minute just to slow down and think about your why. And so here I'm just coloring in some of the little art on the sheet. I just said beforehand that like as I go up, that's at the point at which I'm going to color and fill in. So it's just really exciting to be able to do so. And I will speed through some of this because obviously I don't want this video to be too long. So I'm just going to get through this the best I can. I'm not an artist like I think I am. So standing between the lines, isn't the best skill that I have. I just think if you approach things with a spirit of thankfulness and appreciation, that definitely goes a long way. And it's definitely a muscle that I've grown through this experience. I'm recording this video on Mother's Day, so I hope you all are having a blessed day, peaceful, full of love. All of our natural mothers and our spiritual mothers, we just love you and appreciate you. Hoping you enjoy this day and all that it represents. This here is my savings goal for my son. I wanted to save an extra $500 this year. And I'm moving on up. I'm so thankful to be able to do things differently with him and just to provide for him physically and emotionally. My debt is going down. I'm so close to 16,000. At that point, I'll color with a different color. But it is going down. My credit card debt is going down as well. Oh, that's such a challenge not to use it, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Student loans and Jeep loan went down a tick, but I'm thankful for that nonetheless. And I hope you all have a good one.